Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the 14th race in season number 2 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Crown Royal 400, a 24-lap race here today, and one of my favorite races to do each season. Matt Dalio in the number 88 starts on the pole position for this race. Alongside him, it's Mason Powers in the 31. We got Diego Stevenson, Michael James, Cody Hagan, Nicholas Amadio, Alan Cavagnaro, Caleb Hoffman, Christian Master, Victoria Amon, Will Blake, Abe Troxel, Richard Schaffner, Trey Bartow, Garrett Sonor, Marshall Free, Jonathan Skibnicki, Eric Powers, Warren Henniger, Tyler Selsman, Roger Carruth, Tristan Walker, Cameron Gaiju, Justin Roberts, Joffrey Toussaint, Jacob Reed, Darlin Kenyon, Zachary Fitzwater, Dean Wickert, Stuart Gratton, Mitchell Millian, L.J. Mills, Aaron Walpole, Cameron Garlington, Elijah Gordon, Jesse Turner, Eric Hyden, Joe Larvin, Alonzo Danamon, Max Neuwerf, Riley White, and Austin Spencer. The full field starting here today at Indianapolis. Let's get this race started. It should be a good one here. I toned it down a little bit from the Crown Royal Series race, so we should have more green flag runs here in this race than we did in the Crown Royal Series race. And nobody has any problems. This is the second time I'm trying to record this. It's pretty much like the second time I try to record it for every single race. It seems like every single race I do, I have to record it twice. You have at least attempt it twice, and I've had to do this one twice because we had a car fail to start the race at 103%. So yeah. And it looks like everybody's good. So Trey Bartow won this event last season. It was the Steve Burns 400 back then. That was before he unfortunately passed away. And now the Darlington race commemorates him for the Steve Burns 500. So this one was able to go back to the original sponsor, Crown Royal. So next year it's going to be different because alcoholic sponsors will be banned. So we'll figure out a name. It probably will be Turkey Hill after this season. But anyway, the green flag is out, and Matt Dalio takes the lead early. And a lot of guys up here who need wins, like Diego Stevenson, Mason Powers, Michael James is one of those guys. Nicholas Amadio already has a win, so does Alan Cavagnaro. But still, wins are very important here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It's pretty much impossible to win the championship without getting a win. And Matt Dalio is trying to get his first career win here today. He has never won in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and has never won on Napa Fan before, so he's definitely wants to get it done here today in that number 88. But he's got to hold off guys like Mason Powers, who's closing in on him in the 31. Mason Powers is another one of those guys who has never won before. A couple non-winners who have been racing on the channel for a very long time. Oh, crash! That's straight Bartow, our past winner, Michael James, around down the backstretch. Ah, nuts. I did it the wrong way. Michael James off the racetrack. Here's the race back to the line. Actually, we didn't get a caution for it. Wow, interesting. We did not get a caution for that. Guess he was far enough back that he could pull off there, and we stay green. Mason Powers, now the leader. And that's okay, that should bring out a caution. Mitchell Millian and Aaron Walpole down the front stretch, and now those caution lights should be on. And if they're not, that means that I forgot to turn the cautions on. Yeah, okay. Caution is out. And the lap 2 incident. Rare place to see a crash. Oh, man. That was weird. The way that all happened. Dana Mon got a piece of that. Mitchell Millian, Riley White. I think Eric Hyden. No, sorry. It was Austin Spencer, I think, that hit somebody here. And it looks like... I really don't know. We'll take a look here at TV2 cam. Let's see what that gives us. Of course, that should change here soon. Pretty lousy. How about this? We'll keep it here, and we'll put a none. So no, we're not going to follow any drivers, but we'll still be able to see what kind of happens here. Whoa. Yeah, you see Mason Powers making the pass here. They're coming out of turn number 4 back here. They're going 3 wide. And I think Justin Roberts came down on Kenyon and also came down on Walpole, and then Walpole just couldn't keep it. And he squeezed Kenyon into the wall, and Mitchell Millian got around as well. And you see Michael James here. Hopefully he didn't arc break into anybody, and I think he's good. Riley White torn up. That's Dana Mon. Jesse Turner and Dana Mon both have wins, so it doesn't really mean much to them. But a lot of guys who have not won yet this season were involved, like Aaron Walpole and Mitchell Millian. Both of those guys, if I'm not mistaken, I think Walpole was doing good at Gateway, and so was Millian. And Millian's the driver, and I'm pretty sure is out, but Walpole's able to continue. Got Michael James there, and Darlene Kenyon hit that wall hard as Walpole came down on him. And now they're finally racing back to the line, and it is Matt Dallio who takes that position. So it took them... You know, they already started the third lap of the race once that crash happened. So some guys raced their lap. Actually, sorry, everybody's racing their lap here. And Matt Dallio back out front here in this number 88, and we'll see how the pit stops go here. Mason Powers led one lap. He actually led the lap just before the crash happened. Diego Stevenson now in second. You got Christian Master Will Blake. He's the points leader here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And as I said in the Crown Royal Series race here yesterday, I do apologize to those guys who signed up for the series. I just gave him this car, and, you know, most likely I don't really think he's watching it. I haven't seen a video from him in a couple months. And as I said, this is why I am getting rid of reserves for my friends after season number 2, because I personally feel it is unfair. The guys say, like Christian Master, Mason Powers, even Matt Dallio, and I really don't. I mean, he's a great friend of mine, but I don't like it that he's doing so good and he doesn't know about it. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's the way it is. I can't take it away from him now. And if he does happen to win the championship, he would, return in season number 3. But he hasn't won a race yet this season. But with the way it's looking, he'll make the chase on points. Anyway, we got a couple guys staying out here. Austin Spencer, Elijah Gordon, and Garrett Sinor. Sinor inherits the lead. It is early. And I keep on forgetting the pit stalls here are a little odd. But it is Matt Dallio that wins the race off of the pit road. He'll start the restart fourth. Got Mason Powers, Diego Stevenson, Christian Master, and Alan Cavagnar in the top 5 out of the pit road. But Garrett Sinor is the leader here at Indianapolis, and we'll get to the restart right now. We are back to racing here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Garrett Sinor is the leader, Elijah Gordon, Austin Spencer, Matt Dallio, and Mason Powers. The only rookie in the top 5 is Elijah Gordon, which is quite interesting. A lot of veterans up here. As a matter of fact, in the whole top 10, we only have 2 rookies, Elijah Gordon and Will Blake. We have seen a lot of rookies do a lot of good things this season, but we really haven't seen much from the veterans. But right now, it has changed, and a lot of veterans are up here at Indianapolis, and Garrett Sinor leads us off, and we are back racing here in the Crown Royal 400. And that shade is really darkening the racetrack, and I'm wondering if that had something to do with that crash earlier. Anyway, Sinor trying to win his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. And, actually, win his first Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Not his first Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. Of course, it would be his first Chick-fil-A Cup Series win if he won. He won a Crown Royal Series race. He won that at Road America earlier this season. And using the high lane on Elijah Gordon. Gordon just couldn't make the inside stick there. And here comes Dallio with the new tires. And, I just got a text message, but who cares? I'll try to do this multitasking. Anyway, Garrett Sinor still out front. And, okay, let's see. Oh, boy. I'm sorry about this. Anyway, Dallio with those fresher tires, finally getting by Spencer. Here comes Mason Powers. Spencer stuck on that high lane, but these 2 guys, they stayed out. Elijah Gordon and Garrett Sinor, they've kind of pulled away from the rest of the pack here. And, doing a good job. But they're still going to have to make a pit stop. Now, it's, the whole pit strategy. We've seen races where they've made pit stops on the final caution of the race, and that caution ended up ending the race. We've seen that happen before. And the guy that made his pit stops later than, most of the leaders, ended up winning the race. So, a little strategy here. You got Garrett Tenor and Elijah Gordon staying out. It could be that kind of thing where it benefits them. Either that or it benefits the guys who just pitted. Really kind of hard to know, but we'll figure it out once we get to the end of the race. Tenor still out front in the 16. He restarted first for this restart. Elijah Gordon right behind him in the 5. Trying to get a win, and if I'm not mistaken, the first driver in the field who has won so far this season is the 11 of Cavagnaro. And you got Hoffman here who has won as well. They're going 3 wide. Tenor is now making his pit stop in the number 16, and we have a crash in the back. A crash in the back involving Max Neuwirth in the 83. Text messages galore. It's like I've never really had a text message happen. Oh, we might have had another crash, but this is the initial crash right here. Max Neuwirth getting spun by Geoffrey Toussaint. Right there. And hard into the wall he went. Nobody else was involved, fortunately. And we might have had something else happen. Yep, we did. Oh! Arca Break Central, my friend. Oh my goodness, that is like complete computer fail right there. What happens is they're coming, they're starting to slow down. I don't know what causes this. What in the world causes this whole thing? Okay, so Tenor comes off the racetrack. 3 wide. Cavagnaro, oh, that was not good. And the track is clogged right at the finish line. So they're going all full speed. And look at how many guys get involved. Look at Dean Wickard. He got hit hard by Cameron Garlington there. And this reminds me so much of the Pocono race in season number 1. We had a similar situation like this. Cavagnaro, Tristan Walker's upside down. And Dean Wickard in the 26 as well. Oh my goodness, that was bad. And here comes Jesse Turner coming into the pits. He got a little bit of that Max Neuwirth crash. And, a lot of guys are going to get knocked out by this. But this is what happens. You see, Cavagnaro comes down on Hoffman. I don't understand, what happens here. But he just comes down on him. I don't get that at all. Those are 2 veterans and really good drivers, and that is one weird mistake. And, of course, the Arca Break factor right at the finish line. They're all trying to get as much speed as they can, but the whole track is blocked, and they come in. Tristan Walker, Alan Cavagnaro, Dean Wickard got the worst of that. You see Walker on his side there, and that is unbelievable. Oh, my goodness, that's bad. Let's see here. We'll go here and follow on board with Cameron Garlington because he was the one that hit Dean Wickard exceptionally hard on the rear end, and we'll see how it was for him. You see the 43 coming in the pit after that damage. You see all the smoke, and they don't slow down because they know they're coming to the line. They got to finish out this lap, but then they know the crash is happening. They're trying to slow down. Not enough, and a lot of guys are going, look at that. Dean Wickard flew on top of Tristan Walker and got him on his side. And that's why Tristan Walker is not on all fours there. And that was unbelievable. A lot of good cars with damage. Fortunately, this guy, Garrett Tenor, has already started his pit stop. So he isn't going to have to come back in. He's still on the lead lap, and he should be our leader once we are done with this caution. So it happened to fit really well for Garrett Tenor in the number 16, and he will probably be the leader when we are done the pit stop cycle and all that. Anyway, Elijah Gordon stayed out, so this is going to benefit him getting up there on that strategy from that first caution, and his teammate Matt Dahlia right behind him. That Hendrick team has a lot of good drivers, but they have not won one race yet this season. And let's see how this pit stops go here. Okay, let's see. Go on board with the spectator and follow guy that's up here. We'll follow Matt Dallio. This is about the best way we can actually follow the end of the pit road here. And Dallio has that first pit stall. Elijah Gordon came in first. And we'll see how this all plays out. Now, that crash is going to knock out probably like half of the field. And how about Dallio? He's going to get the race off of the pit road. And he might have taken a little strategy there. Elijah Gordon had not made a pit stop yet, but Matt Dallio had. Where's the 16? This 16 did not come in the pit. Did he? We'll see. We'll try to find him. He did. But he isn't too far back, so he's in a decent place there. So it didn't work out too bad for the 16. He probably like fuel only or something to top off there. So yeah, I gotta finish this up here. So let's get to the restart. Okay, back here at Indianapolis, Matt Dallio is out front. We're gonna have 10 laps to go when we cross the line next time by. You got Elijah Gordon, Mason Powers, Diego Stevenson, Austin Spencer, Victoria Amon, part-time driver. Garrett Sonor is gonna start 9th, so it didn't work out too bad for him. And we'll see how this all plays out. We have about 22 cars on the track. That's how many people got knocked out because of that huge crash down the front stretch. But fortunately, a lot of the leaders and a lot of the guys who have been pretty solid this whole race have stayed out front here. And Dallio trying to win his first career Napa Fan race, one of the longest losing streaks on Napa Fan. Elijah Gordon, though, trying to win his first career Cup race. And Diego Stevenson won twice last season, but has not won yet. And he's definitely one of those guys that we know for sure can win. Trying to do so, and don't rule out the part-time driver of Victoria Amon, trying to become the first woman ever to win on Napa Fan, and probably in the whole NRLOA. I might be wrong about that, but not entirely sure. So pretty much anyone, from Roger Carruth up. Well, actually, pretty much anyone from Cody Hagan up is still possible in winning this race. A lot of the guys back here have a lot of damage. It's pretty much a 8-car race here. And Elijah Gordon, he's got a powerful car in that number 5. I think Cameron Garlington did the same thing in the Hers Elimination Series race. He drives the number 5 in that series. And the battles for second, Austin Spencer in the 22, trying to win his first career Cup race. Pretty much everybody up here is trying to win their first career Cup race, except for Diego Stevenson. And we're probably going to see a first-time winner, maybe even a first-time winner on Napa Fan here today. It is very possible. He's got Cody Hagan back here in the 48. He's one of those guys who has never won before. And Mason Powers, another guy that's never won on Napa Fan before. Matt Dallio also hasn't won on Napa Fan before. And Victoria Amon in the 44. Trying to become the first part-time driver to win a race this season. We'll see if she can do so later on, but she's going to get a little pressure here from Diego Stevenson. Elijah Gordon, though, hasn't really had much trouble keeping the lead. Now, it is possible, very slightly possible, we could have another set of pit stops in the later goings of this one, but I don't think we will. So I think we're going to race this whole thing green, but I could be wrong. Lots of times when I say that we'll do that, we don't, and we have pit stops in the later goings of the race. Gordon trying to win his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Ditto, 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 ditto. That's how many people who have never won a cup race before are up here at Indianapolis, and they know they have a shot at winning, but it's kind of almost coming down to these top 4 now. I mean, it's possible that these guys, like the 16 of Senor, can get that run. I know that 16 is definitely fast. That 16, he hasn't just been fast, but he's been fast, and consistent. He may race his way into the chase on points in this number 16, because the last few races, he's been in the top 5, each race. And the way it's going, he might just make the chase on points. Right now, we will have 2 drivers, at least on points, that will make the chase. No winners so far this season, except for Jesse Turner. Turner has won a race. If he wins, then that means we'll have 3 non-winners in the chase. But right now, we only would have 2. Okay, I think that might have been Warren Henniger, just tire smoke there. Okay, nothing major, no caution out. And boy, I mean, the graphics here, they're kind of... I think Spencer does have damage to that car, but he's racing like it doesn't. And Spencer takes the lead in the number 22. Remember, he almost won at Texas World, but lost it on the final lap to Abe Troxel. And trying to get that Cup Series win here today. And here's the dark horse. The 44, Victoria Amon in the 44. Well, yeah, I just said she was in the 44. She is up here, and she is ready to strike. But Diego Stevenson, another dark horse in this race. And Garrett Tenor is starting to close up on this lead battle here. And it's definitely possible that he can get up here. And here comes Stevenson underneath of Spencer for the lead. And next time by being right now, 4 laps to go here in the Crown Royal 400. Can Stevenson get by Spencer for the lead? I think the speeds are slowing down here. They seem to be going a lot slower. Austin Spencer in the 22 trying to win his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Diego Stevenson trying to win his 3rd career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Elijah Gordon trying to win his first career. And so is Victoria Amon, Garrett Tenor, and Mason Powers. And here we go. Green flag pit stops. But fortunately, everybody is coming in here. So I don't think there's going to be any guys that stay out. Right now, I think Will Blake is going to take the lead. Yeah, pit stops have already started, actually. But now it's the leaders that are in the pit road, and we'll see who can get off of the pit lane first. Diego Stevenson making his final stop of the day. And he's close to the end of the pit road here, so we'll see what he can do. I don't see Matt Dallio anywhere. I wonder what happened to him, and here we go, strategy. That is Garrett Tenor taking the lead on the pit road in the number 16, and he's putting a good distance between him and Austin Spencer. What happened to Dallio? I would like to know that. Okay, he's still out on the racetrack. I think Dallio already took his pit stop. So we'll follow here and see if Dallio can catch up to any of these guys. He's catching up to the end of Cody Hagan, but I think the leaders are way too far out. And what about that move, that strategy by Garrett Tenor? He stayed out. He came in under the last caution, and then he was able to make that fast pit stop at the end because of that caution. He didn't have to put as much fuel in because he topped off the last time. And he has a really big distance in between him and Austin Spencer. But he isn't the leader. And I'm pretty sure the leader that lap was Will Blake. But he's not going to continue in the lead in that number 23. And with 2 laps to go, it's all Garrett Tenor in the number 16. How about this? Trying to grab his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win and make it into the chase. He has been very consistent. One of the most consistent drivers the past few races here. But with this win, he would make it into the chase and wouldn't have to worry about not having enough points to make it in, because a win means you're in. He's coming in at turn number 4 to take the white flag in the Crown Royal 400. 4 more corners here at Indianapolis. Garrett Tenor trying to win his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Can Spencer have enough? I don't think so. He's way too far behind. Elijah Gordon in 3rd. How about this? Part-time driver Richard Schaffner in 5th. And part-time driver Victoria Amon in 6th. Those part-time drivers have done a fantastic job today. But a guy who has done a really fantastic job is Garrett Tenor. 2 more corners and he's a Chick-fil-A Cup Series winner. Spencer's closing in, but it's not going to be enough. And the 16, their driver Roger Carruth won the championship last season, and now their first win of the season will come with Garrett Tenor in the 16. He wins the Crown Royal 400. I like that. Congratulations to Garrett Tenor on his win. Austin Spencer, Elijah Gordon, Diego Stevenson, and Richard Schaffner. The top 5, Victoria Amon, Jesse Turner, Matt Dalio, Mason Powers, and our past champion, Roger Carruth, round out the top 10, and a lot of those guys were retired. Only 20 drivers finished the race, and that was because of that huge crash we had near the middle of the race there, where they just used their arc brakes. But fortunately, for the 16 of Garrett Tenor, he was not involved in that. Because he actually went to the pit road right before it happened, and that strategy helped get him his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. So he's in the chase for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and now we only have 2 more races left before the chase. Michigan and Nashville, and those 2 tracks are always really good tracks to race at. Actually, we're going to be our first time in Michigan this season, but it will be a great race there, and I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, congratulations to Garrett Tenor. Thank you guys very much for watching, and here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. I will see you guys later.